Yo, what's good, boys? It's me, Daily Productions here, back with some more Total Tank Simulator, and this time around we have a free-for-all between 4 different factions. We have the USA over here in green, we have the Brits over here in white, we have the Soviets over here in red, and then we have the Germans over here in blue. It is going to be a free-for-all. Each army has roughly the same amount of money spent, and they have the same number of vehicles and peoples and planes. Of course, each has 3 planes, each has I think I made it like 20 vehicles and then an assortment of infantry for the remainder. So they should be beating each other up, and we'll see who is the ultimate World War II faction in Total Tank Simulator. I think this is actually going to be really fun, and I was thinking maybe in the future we'd do this again, but with in sort of like a tournament form where we have the different factions fight against each other in a tournament style thing. Could be interesting. Either way, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below any video ideas or games you'd like me to cover in the future. Either way, let's get into it, boys. Alright, boys, let's get right on into it now. Pressing start right at this very moment, and the battle begins. We can see that the planes are all diving at each other almost immediately. They're really going for it, lads. They're really going for it. And on the ground, we do have some action. The Germans trying to sideswipe the Soviet Union because they did spawn right next to each other. So these are the sort of natural enemies. And then we have the US versus their natural enemy, the British. And both sides are going to have to climb up this hill in order to get to the enemy after they've defeated their other foe over here. Because I have a feeling, yes, all of the action will occur on either side of the hill, and then the victor of each battle will end up coming up top here and fighting in this sort of middle area kind of a thing. You know? Does that make sense? I think so. I think it's plausible. Either way, we do have a pretty sweet air battle right now. I still see 3 of every kind, so it seems like no side has really taken over the airspace in a dominating fashion. However, the British RAF, I believe, are in fact the strongest plane units in the game, so I have a feeling that they will end up probably dominating the airspace, and their 3 aircraft will end up winning as opposed to the others. However, we do have a Russian dive bomber here getting a big ol' rocket off on this guy right here. He bombed him real good. That Comet is now absolutely Cuso, as well as a little bit of infantry that surrounded it. Very nice. I guess the Russians did end up dipping into the British side of things, even though their infantry and tanks are fighting on the opposite side of the map. Oh, this looks so sick, dude. Check this out. I don't know why the British have STGs. Don't ask me why, because I don't know the answer, boys. I just do not know the answer. But look at this, dude. I gotta take some screenshots, boys. Oh, can you blame me? This looks so baller, man. Oh, I love it. And right over here we have the US fighting back as well. They of course have more accurate guns with their I believe they're M1 carbines or something like that, with like an extended magazine inside of them or something along those lines, I believe. Both still have a good number of tanks left, so that part of the battle hasn't really stopped quite yet. All right, how we doing in the air? I mean, it's hard to tell who's winning the air battle. We can actually wait. We can look at the signs. It looks like the Brits and the USSR are doing the worst currently, and the Germans and the USA are doing the best. Both sides are kind of tied in terms of who's doing worse and who's doing best. Their numbers are sort of even in those regards. We can see the Germans are pressuring the Russians really, really hard right now. A lot of the Rushkis are trying to climb up the hill to gain the high ground here and trying to get into this little village, but the Panzers are actually like big braining it right now and trying to run over the houses so that the infantry can't use it as cover. Infantry is, I believe, the speciality of Poland as well as Russia, I want to say, in this game in particular, not in actual real life. So I think the Russian infantry being left alive is a good sign for the Russians, but most of their tanks have been destroyed. The Germans, of course, are pretty known for their tanks, as well as I believe they have an artillery buff, I want to say. Or was that the US? I can't remember exactly who had what in terms of the buffs to their factions. All I know is that the RAF is the strongest pilots, and there they are, soaring through the skies. The Brits still have a good presence in the air right now. Yep, they've got at least 2 fighters. That Russian fighter is going down. That's a German Luftwaffe fighter, and then a US fighter over there going up against a Russian one. I believe that's the last Russian plane getting knocked out, and the Brits do in fact control the airs currently, but just by 1. So if you know the enemies sort of start teaming up against them, they'd probably be donezo. That would be the end of days for them. Oh, there actually is a bit of a resurgence in the Russian tanks here. A couple coming up over this hill. We got T-34s, KV-1s, stuff like that. So some pretty heavy tanks going up against a couple of German tanks here. Looking pretty good. I didn't realize the Russians still had a tank force left alive, so that's pretty nice. Checking on the stats right now. Now, actually, the Germans and the British have the smallest boys, smallest lines there. They are getting crushed, and the US is dominating right now by a wide margin. Ooh, but they do just lose a couple of valuable tanks right there. That'll knock them down a peg. And the Russians are like in between everyone. They're definitely second place, but they are not dominating nearly as well as the Americans are right now. The Americans are crushing it, dude. Holy cow. This is kind of cool. I dig it. I dig it a lot. All right, let's go into this speed. A bit more of a normal speed here. Oh, the British infantry really tried to charge right there. Is that it for British infantry? Wait, let's check. No, the Brits still have some units somewhere. It might be their planes. It might be their planes. See, there's one British plane. That's an American plane. That's a British plane. However, these planes will be running out of fuel relatively soon. So it's not a good thing to have your entire military be planes right now. Oh, that's a lie. There is a M8 Greyhound over here for the Brits. Left alive. Just chilling in the back lines, hoping that no one spots him so he can outlast all of the other factions. But it's unlikely that will happen. All right, over here we got big explosions setting off as the Russians begin to make final moves against the last of the German survivors over here. That's pretty good for them, man. Meanwhile, the Russians are starting to occupy more and more of these houses over here, taking a defensive stance, and the Americans are doing the same thing, but on the opposite side of the hill. Both are trying to clamor and get these defensive positions in their wheelhouse right now. If they don't, then they could be at a disadvantage for the end of this battle. So, it'd be interesting to see how that ends up working out. Let's go into normal speed again. This little British Greyhound is backing up further and further. I kind of love it. I like that a lot. The strongest of the Russian tanks right now attacking a Panzerfaust wielding infantrymen. Each faction did get a really, really strong vehicle, and the Russian one actually did just go down. I believe for the Americans it was the like T-21B. For the Germans it was like a Tiger tank or a Panther, something like that. But each did get a really powerful vehicle, and the Russians just went down right now. All right, American forces doing a great job, but here we got the last of the British fighters going down. It's run out of fuel, so it's going off of the map right now. Still got some tanks for the Germans left alive. We got like a Panzer III, I want to say, right here. Yeah, probably a Panzer III. Oh no, an American fighter bomber is still alive and manages to blow it up and win the day. Wowza! Holy cow! What a battle! Honestly, this was kind of insane, dude. This was kind of insane. The U.S. won by a pretty decent margin. They were definitely weak towards the end, but they still managed to pull off the dub ski. So, you know, props to my American boys. Heck yeah. Very epic. Very nice. Let me know if you guys want me to do this again. There are a lot of factions that weren't used in this. Well, no. There's 2 factions that weren't used in this. Poland and France. So maybe we could do another one with Poland and France involved. I would also be interested in doing that tournament video. I think that could be kind of cool, you know? See which is the best faction in Total Tank Simulator? Could be neat. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you're thinking. And yeah, comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to smash that like button. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content. And hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.